Right now, this is an interesting image, but as far as holding the viewer's eye within this space, it doesn't work yet. And one of the tricks that photographers and designers use is a vignette, the darkening of the outer edge. Well, darkening or lightening. In this case, we're going to darken, but we're not going to do it in a traditional way because, again, we want to work non-destructively. And I'll show you a real easy way to make a vignette that you can continually adjust. So this time we are going to use a curves adjustment layer, but we're just going to do something simple. We're just going to darken the entire image. And we can pull this and we can adjust this later on. Okay, so right now we have darkened that image. And if you didn't see what I did, all I did, I'm going to pull this dot off. I can just pull it right off of there. I just grabbed right in the center and pulled this straight down. Okay, I didn't go crazy. I didn't take it all the way down here because really weird stuff starts happening then. So just pulled it down. Now, on the mask, notice how that changed when I clicked on the mask. Click over here, we're on the adjustment layer. See the highlights on the outside? Click here, we're on the mask. What we want to do is get the rectangular marquee. We want to make sure there's no feather, no style, everything's just the normal. And I'm going to click and drag from right about here down to the other corner. So we have virtually, just visually, evenly spaced all the way around. We got a little more room on the bottom, but that's okay because we got this light area down here. And then with the mask, white reveals everything we did on this adjustment layer shows because this is white. White reveals, black conceals, black conceals. So if we fill this with black, we'll get a hard-edged black square that's lighter, that'll look this light right there. But we want to feather this. We want to soften this edge. But we have to know how much to feather. So if we pull up the rulers, I think it's under View. It's Command R. Let's see if it's here. There it is, rulers. Command R. You're going to use this so often, you might as well get used to doing Command R. And you can see we're in over 500 pixels. And if this shows up inches by some chance, just right-click on it and turn it to pixels so we can see how many pixels we're in. So it's about 500 pixels. Maybe we can say 425, a little less than whatever this number is. We're going to feather it. So we'll say 425 and say OK. Now we have this softened edge that we're going to fill with black. Now, I don't know what your colors are over here. You can click on this little guy to get your default colors. Click on this to switch foreground and background. Or you can hit the letter D to get default colors and the letter X to switch. And you'll learn these things. Here's the foreground color. This is black. Now, I do want you to learn how to do this. Okay? If I hold down Option and hit Delete, the backspace key that's right next to the plus and equal sign, I will fill that selection with the foreground color. Option, look down at the left side of your keyboard. Option is to the left side of the Command key. If I hold down Command and hit that Delete key, again, the one right next to the plus and equal sign, I fill with white. But now we have this weird situation where we've got, hey, it's a little black, it's a little white, and that's because of this gradient right here. So I'm going to undo, Command Z, so we still have our black right there. And then to get rid of these marching ants, It's what they call them. The selection is Command D, but it's under Select, Deselect. Now, you really can't tell that anything happened, right? The perfect vignette is where you can't see it. I mean, look at this. Doesn't this just look normal? But if we click on this eyeball, the visibility, you can see that we've darkened that outer edge. We still need to darken some more down here, and maybe a little darkening in here as well. And we can do that in a number of different ways. But for right now, I'm going to hold down the space bar, just like in Illustrator, and I'm going to move this over, hit Command R to get rid of those rulers. Hold down the space bar, move that over, and then I'm going to double click on that curves layer to play around with the vignette. And you can see if we go too far, you can start to see we get weird color effects happening. We don't want that. But that's lightening the edge with a vignette, and this is darkening. Darken it just a little more. And that's a pretty decent vignette that you can't see. You don't know it's there until you turn it off. We're going to use vignettes all year long to bring the focal point into the center. They're never the same. You always are adjusting this according to the flavor of the image.